YouTube, what's going on? We're back with another Duet Night Abyss video. Yes, I'm playing Classic WoW. I am grinding while we're watching the Psyche video about Duet Night Abyss. I saw the title. It's a Duet Night Abyss. No gacha. Same problems. First impression review. I'm going to be so transparent with you. I don't know if I agree with that title. Could be clickbait, so I'm going into this with an open mind and seeing what the deal is. I've played the game for about 40 plus hours on my account. I've played on an endgame account with like 120, 150 hours on it, and I do think the game is genuinely a lot of fun. I think it's great, and I don't think it suffers from a lot of the problems that gacha games suffer from, so I'm very interested to see what his perspective is, because sometimes Psyche makes some pretty solid videos, so yeah, let's see.
It's just launched, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's all that impressive.
Okay.
The game boasts one of the first
Hold on one second. All right,
mobile games that was formerly a gacha but transitioned to a gacha-less model afterwards, with the incentives that it's a game that respects your time and no fear of missing out in its mechanics.
For sure.
It certainly sounds a bit
Which
too
is
good to
true.
be true, and let's be real here. It is. Hi, my name is Psyche, and I'll be breaking
I guess I just don't understand how it's too good to be true. Like, I'm sure he'll go over it, but you can't miss characters. It's physically impossible. And then you could just buy the character for $70 outright, or less, depending on the fragments you have. So I just don't know. I'm very curious to see what he's cooking here, because I'm not too sure.
down each of DNA's features and let you know what I think if it's good or bad for the future of gacha games.
Okay.
However, despite all of what was promised, the thing I think DNA will struggle with the most is something more ingrained in its design, and not actually related to the monetization or farming mechanics.
Got it.
So today I have a lot to say about this potential future giant indie gacha gaming space.
Yeah,
Let's get right down to it. First, there's something I would like to address. Duet Night Abyss is certainly taking gacha game graphics to the next level. Since it's developed on Unreal Engine, you can expect performance to be a bit hit or miss. This game is
sure.
also teetering on what mobile phones can handle.
performance.
I will not be commenting on the performance for the remainder of the review, but to my knowledge, it suffers from occasional performance issues on certain PCs at the moment. And I
Absolutely.
shudder to think what those playing on a phone will be like. Now, I don't
right
do
on
any
that.
of the technical side and do any benchmarking here, but I did run a quick test on my own phone to see what it's like. And the question you might ask is, what the hell are you running the game on to get it this smooth? Well, it can be none other than the Red Magic 11 Pro, which
Oh,
also happens to
shit.
be the sponsor of this video.
Good job.
Published
Get that
by
back,
Hero
man.
Games,
Get that
which
back,
to my
brother.
understanding are relatively small in scale, and this game must have taken a pretty big cut out of their budget. Anyways, after a lengthy campaign of over 2 years, the game is finally out.
You can miss other things such as weekly resources. Maze is miserable in the sense that they're sending in the mail for compensations, not even be able to play. People who can't play get it. I do think the fact that they didn't provide the rewards to be for like such a long period of time, that was a miss, right? I talked about how Wuthering Waves rewards lasted for like what, fucking a year. Like, it's stupid the fact that they're not letting it sit there forever. But like, I ain't gonna lie and say, like, I really don't think you're missing anything. Like, I don't know. I think it really takes away a lot of the pain points from gacha. I think the problem is that people just don't fucking like grinding. So every time they complain about not having something to do in the game, they're just fucking lied, right? But yeah, let's see.
What was supposed to be a game that had the traditional approach of a stamina system and gacha banners has changed to something we've never seen before. I guess we'll start with an overview of the game. I read the story when I was playing during its first closed beta test, and I thought it was pretty good. The game features a dual narrative approach, so the two protagonists are not just versions or alter egos of each other, but rather completely different people with their backstories. It's also pretty refreshing to see a gacha protagonist not have the typical amnesia trait, but they're a blank slate. It's definitely one of the better gacha game stories I've gone through, well, in terms of 3D gachas at least. I think some of the facial animations still look a little bit off for the NPCs, but for the most part, the presentation is fine. They're probably pretty proud of that intro fight scene. I would like to also give a quick shout out to the music. The track variety is impeccable and are all beautifully composed. Sometimes takes a page straight out of Nier Automata, which happens to feature my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. As for the gameplay, you can only on-field one character at a time, but I suppose the game was trying to go for a more co-op approach in the late game, with different roles like support, DPS, and healers.
Yup.
You can equip one melee and ranged weapon, all with their different variations. Worth mentioning that every character can use every weapon, though the element the weapon attacks are infused with will still match the character's element. When you use left click, you swing the weapon, and holding right click fires the gun.
Yep.
There's all sorts of moves and combos you can do, like attacks right after a slide, when slamming down, when holding or pressing attack repeatedly. You have a dodge move to evade enemy attacks, a slide to initiate a helix leap, though I struggle to see why you would ever use the slide by itself. You have a shield meter above your health, and an
There's no fucking reason to use the slide, to be honest with you. The movement is not necessarily horrendous, but once they figure out the kinks, we'll be Bing chilling.
Some of the facial animations still look a little bit off for the NPCs,
Sorry,
but for the most part, the presentation is fine. They're probably pretty proud of that intro match the character's element. When you use left click, you swing the weapon, and holding right click fires the gun. There's all sorts of moves and combos you can do, like attacks right after a slide, when slamming down, when holding or pressing attack repeatedly. You have a dodge move to evade enemy attacks, a slide to initiate a helix leap, though I struggle to see why you would ever use the slide by itself. You have a shield meter above your health and an energy gauge to use your skill or ult attack. I found most of the content in the game to be pretty easy. As long as you level everyone to an acceptable range, you can just spam left click to get through it.
100%.
There's some miscellaneous activities you can do in the overworld, like fishing, shooting minigames, and catching Genimon. I didn't really get too deep into it, but some of the Genimon can have some unique effects, like picking up enemy drops at a longer range.
Arvin, I'm going to top you up tomorrow, by the way, buddy. I didn't forget, sweetheart. Arvin got my Genimon for me. I wasn't doing that fucking shit, so I told him I'm going to top him up in one of the games. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow about it.
When you're not doing co-op, you can set 2 other AI companions to fight alongside you, but co-op content will take one of those AI slots away for every extra player. I should also mention that DNA is not marketed as an open world game, but rather an RPG with open world elements. You can't really do a lot of crazy things out in the wild, though sometimes you'll come across hidden chests and minigames. Just don't count on exploration being a big part of your experience here. There's also the impression system, where you have a list of 6 personality traits, and choosing certain dialogue will increase one. When you perform a check, you roll a dice. The higher that stat, the higher the chance to succeed. I don't really think this matters all that much, and you can also just create the dice currency in the forging menu, so you can just keep trying again. But anyways, enough about the gameplay. Let's talk about the main attraction.
Oh, let's see it.
So, one of Duet Night Abyss's main attractions is the promise of a no stamina system. Respecting the player's time, they said. You can farm whenever you want. Is all of that actually true? Let's see. Heading into the combat tab, you'll access many different commission types to complete for loot drops.
I don't know. I'm TR59 and I haven't been able to like full send, just doing what I feel like. I'll hit TR65 eventually, sure. But if Warframe taught me anything in the last 10 years, from one MR peak to the next, pace yourself, no point in sprinting to the finish line that's closer than it looks. Yeah, I mean, and again, the great thing I feel like about this game is the end game in reality doesn't need to be rushed, and low-key doesn't matter, right? Because let's say, for example, you don't want, let's say right now, the end game is rewarding people who are using Truffle, and it's not rewarding Outsider, because Outsider's a melee character, and you want to use a melee unit, but you want Psyche. You don't necessarily need to build Outsider. You could just wait for Psyche to go into the weekly pool, and you'll get Psyche, unless you're really, really unlucky, you will get Psyche within those 5 fucking completions, right? It's not a situation where it needs to be rushed. It's literally always being there. So I just don't understand. I truthfully believe people just don't like the gameplay. That's what it is. I think people want to shit on the game because they don't like the gameplay, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck if you don't like the gameplay. But, you know, for example, like that one fob clip was just so fucking annoying. It's like, why is nobody talking about the gameplay? Brother, people enjoy the gameplay, and they enjoy the fact that you can grind shit, right? Obviously, I love fob. It's not that deep. But, like, I think that's the talking point a lot of people are trying to run with. And it's like, it's one thing if the game, you'd be like, you know what? The gameplay's not for me. That's cool. Fine, right? But people, I don't know. It feels like they're mad because there is no gacha, and they're mad because you have to play the game to obtain the character. What the fuck do you want? You have to play the game to obtain characters in WoWa, but in this game, it's not limited unless it's the weekly one. It's just, you can easily catch up if you farm now or eventually later. Absolutely. I can grind in Warframe and have better gameplay. Sure, go play Warframe. No one's stopping you. Like, no one's stopping you. Go have fun. But Warframe has also been out for 10 years. It's going to be more overwhelming to start, you know?
All sorts
of... It's kind of weird. Sometimes when I listen to gacha contention, content creators and comments and forums, actually no one cares about the game itself. That's the biggest problem, man. I'm telling you, that is the problem with the gacha community and gacha-pilled people. They don't care about the game. They want to fucking roll, they want to spend money, and they want the dopamine of possibly spending $400 or getting a character in a single pull. It's insane to me. Everyone complained about the stamina system, the 50-50 system, yada, yada, yada. You literally take away every single part of that in this video game, and they're like, well, I actually fucking hate it. It's like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, all right. Also, what the fuck? I just got a... Oh, did I just get that? That's interesting. I didn't have that skill there before. But anyway,
goodies can be farmed here, such as XP for your characters or weapons, demon wedges as the relic system for set bonuses, ascension material, and wins to farm for new characters and weapons. You can do these alone or in co-op, and some will take longer than others. In theory, if you wanted to max out a character, you can just grind for hours and you'll be able to achieve just that.
True.
So, the lack of stamina is a good thing, right?
Yup. What up, Blank? What up, baby?
In my opinion, not really.
Okay.
When you do a normal commission, you can use a booster to increase the drop rate of rewards for that run, with some of the better boosters netting you up to 20 times the rewards. The problem is that you have to buy these with premium currency. While you can make...
Bro, the game gives you so many. Like... Oh my god, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It feels like kind of the MTash strategy, where MTash sits down, he plays a game for like fucking 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 2 hours at most, gets a talking point, and then fucking moves on and talks about the game or shit. I'm gonna be real with you, you don't need those boosts. Those boosts help out once you're towards the end of the game, abso-fucking-lutely. But they give you a fuck ton of those, and not only that, but so you're telling me that you would rather be locked to daily to the fact that you can only farm an artifact 4 times in Genshin Impact, or maybe 4 to 5 times in Wuthering Waves, and then you can farm it infinitely here, but then you won't have a boost, and so you're mad about that? Like, this is literally just fucking gacha coded criticism. This is fucking gacha coded criticism. It's just so fucking weird. Like, okay.
Make the argument that this is still better than having a stamina system, since you can just farm whenever you want. You also have to come to terms that someone that's willing to pay a little extra will progress faster than you, even though you both put in the same amount of effort.
Bro, it's the same shit in WoW. Yo, someone is gonna buy a character, and then after that, beat the fucking endgame 20 minutes faster than me. Who the fuck cares? What the fuck are we talking about here? Holy shit. I'm about to get fucking tilted, bro. Oh my fucking god. What is this talking point? Like, okay. Oh my god, bro. Someone achieved something faster than me because they bought a boost. Which, by the way, you get a fuck ton of boost for free. Like, okay. What up, doggy? You could refill energy in gacha games? Sure, with real money. Okay.
Whether this bothers you is purely subjective.
For sure.
No stamina system also means that you don't get player XP from just completing commissions. You can check what activities give player XP, but since the better commissions drop mats at a higher rate, you want to raise that level quick. Also, one extra kudos I gotta give is that the game lets you equip the same demon wedge on multiple characters or weapons.
Which is great.
So, since you're gonna need like 20 of these per character, that's at least one less thing to worry about.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on the character and weapon system now. You have to get the secret letter currency, then buy the secret letter of the character or weapon, then run the covert commission for the chance for their shard to drop.
Correct.
I'm not going to explain all of it in detail again since I did it in the sponsor video. Anyways, 30 of it equals 1 copy of them. In short, I think the system is good, but not as good as you think. First, I'd like to point out that you can skip the grind with the premium currency. This will cost you around $50 with some leftover, assuming you have the first top-up bonus. Do I have a problem that you can skip the grind with real money? No, not really. If you consider that if you were to try using top-up packs to guarantee a 5-star in the conventional gacha game, you're likely gonna have to spend upwards of a couple $100s. So $50 in that context, not so much anymore.
No.
However, you also have to keep in mind that each character has 6 dupe levels, and they all requires 30 shards each.
Sure.
Because the shards are earnable in-game, this gives the devs and dedicated players room to make the dupe levels drastic increases to the character's strength and defense.
So that is very true. We need to be honest with right now. There is a chance that the dupe levels can get out of fucking control, and if they truly do lock tons of power behind it, that is unfortunate. Right now, from when I have tried the endgame personally, I have not felt that my I0 unit is going to feel substantially worse. Like you're still able to complete the endgame to the point where you're able to get the premium currency, because after that, the endgame is technically infinite. And you can go on and on and on and on, and that's where probably the dupes will shine. It is possible that down the road, this 1,000,000% can happen. At the moment, it's not a problem. But if you're gonna just shit on the game for one specific hypothetical where there's no real given track record of the video game itself, just feels a little weird. But that is absolutely a fair talking point that I can understand. So I will give him kudos into the fact that yes, it is possible it will get out of control. Do we know that though? No, we have no fucking idea. We won't know until the time comes. And right now, there's nothing for me to sit down and say that it's 100% going to be that way. And again, you can get the character for E6. So on the opposite spectrum, it's something you could just completely grind over and over and over and over again for free. So it's just fucking weird. You know what I mean? But compared to what was easy, the gameplay is not as fun as satisfying. Sure, that's fine, right? Like if someone says, "Hey, I don't like the gameplay of the game," I think that's 100% fair. It's fine. Like that's absolutely fair, right? Wuthering Waves is going to be more polished. Genshin Impact is absolutely going to be more polished. I liked gameplay. I fucks with it. So if someone said, "Yeah, you know, cool game, cool systems, but gameplay's not for me," don't matter. I don't give a fuck, right? Legion said he doesn't fuck with the gameplay. That's cool. Like, what am I gonna do? Tell Legion he's an asshole because I don't like the gameplay? No, he's an asshole because he's bald and he yells at people on Twitter. No, but like seriously, like you're not gonna fucking like, oh my god, like if you don't like the gameplay, that's fine. But to say that like I don't like it because hypothetically the introns can get out of fucking control is just stupid, right? I love you, Legions, like, but it's just dumb. Also, because he doesn't like One Punch Man season 3, him and Nicholas Light. I love One Frame Man. Sorry to fucking tell you, but it's like, come on,
And that
what the fuck
you can just grind it for free, so there's
You know?
no problems here. That may be true, except you have to factor in the amount of time you have to spend to do it, and will everyone have that much time on their hands? This is of course not including all the other ways you can upgrade the character, and acquiring weapons also has a similar grinding system. I should also mention that the rate in which you get the secret letter clues is limited. While you still can farm these at a slower rate by manually farming, it's just another process you have to go through to get what you want.
Bro, they give out a fuck ton of secret letter clues. Like, it's actually there's an event right now giving out 600. I'm probably missing out because I haven't logged in 2 days because I have no FOMO with the game. I'm just going to play the game at my own pace. They give you so many secret letter clues when you start the game. It's fucking ridiculous. And if you really wanted to, I believe you can break down some secret letters and get 5 clues back if you really, really wanted to. I'm getting faster than I can spend, but that is because I'm not farming wedges yet. Yeah. Even if it does get out of control, you can get new units at S2 on release every time from the theater, and they will eventually be available to you. People want their max power now. It is dumb. It's just. These are just talking points that I truly believe are popular talking points that people like. You see, it's bad, and it's like, dude, like, all right, man. It feels like this is going to completely miss the mark, and then he's going to get super upset when like someone's shitting on it, like myself. Like, it's not personal, but it's just a fucking dumb talking point. Like, okay. It's crazy how the lack of gacha has also allowed me to approach the game more casually. Abso-fucking-lutely. Dude, I haven't logged into the game in 4 days. I currently have over 1k clues and I have every character, 2 to 3 weapons with the average luck. Yep. It felt good to farm both Lynn's melee and range weapon, move on to farming another character. Now, absolutely.
The lack of a stamina system is honestly a double-edged sword, if you ask me. In a normal gacha game, you press one button to spend your stamina to farm for all you can, then you're done for the day and you can spend your time doing other things. You do this every day or whenever you can. It's quick sessions of stimulus that expose you to just enough to form a habit and slow down your progression. From a player retention perspective, it works great and probably why the vast majority of mobile games have them. It will continue to have them in the foreseeable future. On the other hand, when you do the exact same thing over and over again for 3 hours, you're going to experience burnout, even if you get...
Depends on the person, depends on, like, for example, you could make a very valid argument. I wish he would have said this. This would have made perfect sense. Hey, this game is starting to feel like a second job, so therefore I really don't want to play it. Which, by the way, again, you don't need to play it 24/7. You can come back at any time you want because there is no stamina system like that. But whatever, it is what it is. That is a viable criticism to be like, hey, you know what? I can understand. Maybe you have a family like Tillian, right? Tillian has kids. He has a wife. He can't play this game 24/7. You don't have to play it 24/7, but he's not going to be able to play it as efficiently as he wants to. So a game like Zenless Zone Zero, Wuthering Waves, is going to make like more sense for him to play. That is a fair point where like I could see why people might not play it. But to sit here and say in which that the stamina system's a double-edged sword because it's not halting your progress is fucking weird, bro. Like, I don't understand. A lot of people, including myself, complain about these gacha systems. They don't want their stamina. They don't want stamina systems. They don't want their progress to be halted. So this game is literally giving you the freedom to play at any time you want, do whatever the fuck you want, and take it at your own pace. You could play for 5 hours, you could play for 10, you could play for 1 hour a week. It doesn't fucking matter. And people are getting upset by the freedoms and the less restrictions. This is why I'm saying, I'm going to be very transparent with you. We are absolutely pivoting out of gacha because the gacha mind coding is so fucking cooked. It's so cooked. You have the freedom to do whatever. And they're like, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like it's a little too much pressure to me. Why? Nothing is resetting. You're not losing any progress. The game is literally, Psyche will be there forever. All these characters will be there for, I don't know, the fact that I can play the game at my own pace and maybe one day I can grind for 2 hours, maybe one day I can grind for 10, or maybe one day I can grind for like 1. I don't know, it's kind of not for me. He's comparing this game to other gachas instead of other free-to-play looter shooters like Warframe, Destiny 2, absolutely. But even again, if you want to compare it to a gacha game, this system is just substantially better. What up, Noakes? I wish DNA was the game for me, but Warframe is just the same game but better, and I think that's fine. I think that's completely fair. Also, good morning, Next. Welcome in, man. I think if you want to play Warframe and say, why would I play this? I play Warframe. That's fucking fair as hell. That is fair as hell. 1,000,000%. And that's the other thing, Furry. You can come back to this game at any point in time. Never miss a fucking character. Never miss anything. The only thing you might miss is 10 to 15 secret letter clues that you didn't get when you logged in, but it ain't that fucking deep. That's it. That's it. Isn't that life, though? On weekdays, you can play as much. Yeah, I know. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking dumb. It's just so dumb. This talking point is just so weird, bro. It just feels very forced. Feels very forced. And it's not just him that's saying this. Again, I feel like it's a lot of people going with this.
You can fully complete the 6 dupe levels in like 2 hours. That's still going to be a lot of time for some people. Plus, given that dupes are drastic power increases, it can often feel that if you don't complete the farming for the dupes, the character feels incomplete.
Bro,
I imagine what will inevitably happen is that people will optimize the hell out of this game. Fastest farming routes, fastest teams to do mission types, fastest commission types to run. Okay. I tried to unlock a few characters, and I was able to unlock a copy of Sybil in like 30 minutes. Now, since the covert commissions refresh every hour...
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The game, I don't like... The game, let's be real, guys. It's not limiting my stamina. And I just unlocked a character in 30 minutes instead of spending $300. This is pretty bad. It's not good. It's not good. It's no bueno. It's no bueno, Papa. I think we might have to go back to Genshin with this one. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god, bro. Holy fucking shit. I'm so confused.
This means you can wait until you see a mission type that's way shorter to complete. I think the best one out right now is the Dismantle mission type. You can basically zoom across the map and delete the 3 beacon points in less than a minute. I found this to be extremely efficient in farming the shard, and even though part of it does come down to luck, this is what I would do if I wanted to unlock a character fast. I couldn't care less about playing these levels. These are just the means to get what I want, and I want to get past this chore as fast as I can. Okay. Circling back to the topic of player retention, for anything that requires a concentrated amount of brain usage, you're gonna get exhausted both mentally and physically. Even though you...
How do you know that, bro? Like, you don't know me. Like, I mean this genuinely. Like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, I don't know you, you don't know me, you don't know the games I play. I'm sitting here playing fucking classic WoW, twiddling my fucking thumbs in my asshole. Like, you don't know that, bro. Like, I'm trying to be the most calm, nice way possible. What the fuck are you talking about? Some people will, yes, but, like, when you just say, like, a blanket statement like this, like, dude, people want games to grind. Holy fucking Christ, bro.
You know that the game is fun, you are also likely to mentally associate your exhaustion as a consequence of playing the game.
What the fuck is he talking about? Bro... What are you fucking... Your mental exhaustion with playing the game? Does someone have a gun to your head in Minecraft to play the game? Bro, what is this fucking psychoanalysis there? Like, if you didn't fuck with the game, just say, I don't fuck with it. Bro, I can't... Hold on.
Of it does come down to luck. This is what I would do if I wanted to unlock a character fast. I couldn't care less about playing these levels. These are just the means to get what I want, and I want to get past this chore as fast as I can. Circling back to the topic of player retention, for anything that requires a concentrated amount of brain usage, you're gonna get exhausted both mentally and physically. Even though you know that the game is fun, you are also likely to mentally associate your exhaustion as a consequence of playing the game.
This is just the most disingenuous fucking video I've seen from this guy's channel. I just don't understand. I just don't know why we're like, I don't know why we're painting it as like it's a fucking mental, physical, exhausting process. If it is a mentally, physically exhausting process for you, that's fine, bro. Like, that's absolutely fine. But there's no way we're gonna sit here and fucking say that the whole game is a mentally, physically exhausting process because you didn't like it. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, dog, you're like, I'm just so confused. Just don't play the game. Again. All you have to, my 4K something Warframe and PoE hours was much better than Gacha game. Absolutely. All you have to do, I wish, bro, I think people need to start contacting me for reviews and criticisms. I really do. Like, I won't even charge. All you have to do is simply say, this game can potentially require a bigger and a larger amount of grind than, let's say, Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves, which, by the way, both those games have tons of content people don't want to do or involved with, but they do it because they want Primo Gems right now, right? So it's the same concept that this game has, but all you need to say is, this game has the potential to make you could feel like a job at some points. But the best part about that is you don't have to do that. You don't need to play this game 24/7. You can play it at your own fucking pace. Like, if you word it like that, but when you word it that it's a blanket statement that it's a mentally, physically exhausting and gruesome fucking experience, dude, of course people that are watching you are not going to fucking play it. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I just don't get it. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. What's good, cleaners? It's like, what the fuck? It's kind of what happened with Warframe. People forget that they have that they farm frames to play them. Just to farm another one right again after. Yeah, and mostly no power creep and looter shooter games. Like, listen, even if power creep comes, like, bro, we're not even in 1.0. Like, the game has barely been out for 2 fucking weeks. The game's barely been out for 2 fucking weeks, man. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, bro, not having stamina is something people begged for. I don't know. There's a lot of things I find refreshing about DNA versus Warframe, kind of like Warframe Light in a way, and I'm 100% okay with Warframe as a grind and taking every Lich King. Yeah, a lot of people say that this game is even more forgiving than Warframe, which I don't know. I haven't fucking played Warframe yet. I will eventually. But it's just fucking weird. The framing of this is very and I'm not sure. I'm sure he doesn't fucking mean it. But it comes off so fucking comes off so disingenuous and so fucking gotcha pilled. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro?
If you take a look at numerous surveys, the average gaming session for a mobile user is around 5 minutes. Now, you might argue, well, DNA is not a mobile game. Okay, well, did you know that the platform distribution for players in Genshin Impact, which many would agree to be the benchmark of the gacha industry, about 65% of players are on mobile. A large portion of the player base for these games are on their phones. You can see how we might be running into a problem here. Mobile games are designed for quick bursts of playtime during your breaks or lunch. It was never meant to be played for prolonged periods. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
This is why they shifted the game over to not be a gacha game. And this is, like I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to pull out a study to be like, scientifically speaking, actually, people don't play games for long periods of times, especially gacha games. Sure, 1,000,000%. That's why they shifted the whole thing, and it's not really a gacha game anymore. It's more akin to a Warframe-esque type of audience / Destiny 2 type of audience, right? So, again, when you're looking at this from the lens of the perspective of, oh my god, wow, I actually need to play the fucking video game, and 1,000,000% compared to everything in gacha, you are going to come off with a take that just sounds very fucking salty, like this one. It's very fucking weird. Very, very weird fucking video. I understand it was marketed as a gacha at first. I understand that. We are now in a different timeline. The timeline has changed. The game has been out for a longer period of time. We need to now look at what is actually being given in front of us. And realize that this is not going to be the typical mobile game. It's not. So when we use analytics to compare this to a Genshin Impact in terms of playtime, when in reality, again, I still don't know how you can make an argument that Genshin Impact is better, or Wuthering Waves, even in the sense of the fact that you can play the game for 5-10 minutes, log off, and then you're stuck. You can do the same thing in Duet Night Abyss. You can log in, get your secret letter clues, run to 2-3 covert commissions, and log the fuck off, and not have to ever play the game again. Like, you don't need to do that, right? So it's the same exact thing, but if you want to progress and really get, done with shit fast, yes, you need to play the game a lot. fucking like what do you want me to say? It's so fucking weird. I don't know if you saw what I said earlier, but I was told of validity. I don't know. The Hero Games put off Steam release to avoid being review bombed because they were veered from gacha. I mean, I don't doubt it, bro. Like, again, gacha players, they're just fucking... They just... Genuinely, I don't think they look at anything outside of just the gacha sphere. I'm telling you, it's so fucking crazy, bro. I'm just AFK farming with Rebecca while practicing coding in the background, and it's great. Nah, man. You need a fucking stamina system to limit you so you can go play a different game. Okay, bro.
If you will. Whether or not the DNA system will backfire is anyone's guess. Now you may be wondering, alright genius, if you think both having stamina or not having it are bad ideas, then what do you suggest? Oh, I got a suggestion alright, but it's never going to be implemented. I propose that you just need to get rid of all the methods to upgrade a character. You don't need to farm materials to level or ascend them. You don't need to level or ascend weapons. Get rid of the demon wedge system. Get rid of leveling skills. When you get a character, you can passively level them from running.
Why would you get rid of the demon wedge system? Why would you bro, the demon wedges expand on the video game. You get things from helix jumps. You get your weapon changes. You get extra it's not called stamina, whatever the fuck it's called. Oh my god. What the fuck it? Holy fucking Christ. Bro, don't become a game developer. What the fuck are you talking about?
Whether or not DNA system will backfire is anyone's guess.
What?
Now you may be wondering, alright genius, if you think both having stamina or not having it are bad ideas, then what do you suggest? Oh, I got a suggestion alright, but it's never going to be implemented. I propose that you just need to get rid of all the methods to upgrade a character. You don't need to farm.
Bro, just don't play the fucking game! Just don't play it. There's like fucking 10 activities to farm just to level up a character or get the things. Don't fucking play it. Don't fucking play it. Like, just actively don't play the video game. I don't understand. It's such a fucking weird dystopian take. What do you mean, don't upgrade the character? Would you say in Wuthering Waves you should not upgrade the character? Would you say in Destiny 2 that you shouldn't upgrade your skill trees? Which, by the way, once you upgrade your skill tree, that's it. You're done. Like I don't fucking get it. What do you mean get rid of fucking demon wedges? You mean get rid of the thing that gives the game identity? Holy fucking Christ. Like I actually, I'm dumbfounded. Bro just said that. I think we should get rid of everything from the game and just make it Genshin Impact or Minecraft. Don't the modes you need to farm for characters and weapons rotate so you can choose to farm missions you want? Abso-fucking-lutely. Bro, I don't know, man. I think it's rage bait. I think it has to be rage bait. I think bro is trying to rage bait people. There's no way this is actively real things you would do. Like, this is why certain people need to not become video game designers.
Materials to level or ascend them. You don't need to level or ascend weapons. Get rid of the demon wedge system. Get rid of leveling skills. When you get a character, you can passively level them from running stages, but that's it. When you get a weapon, you already have it at the strongest point it can be. Your skills can be passively leveled or unlocked as a flat version that doesn't change. No RNG gear system as well. You can switch between different skills.
It's oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I think, honestly, to be straight up, what we should do is get rid of all of the parts of the gameplay and just make it a visual novel. Yeah. Because, like, realistically, when you think about it, why would you want to farm for artifacts that have static rolls, right? So that way you could just actually get the ones that you want with the passive. That is a little bit RMG. Bro, demon wedges have static stat sticks. He's gonna make me close WoW and launch the fucking game. There's no way bro's gonna make me stop fucking grinding like my WoW right now. There's no way. I'm getting fucking pissed off. Like, there's fucking no way bro said this shit. I don't understand. His solution to not getting laid was to cut off his own penis is crazy. Like, what the fuck? Check your last message. Bro, what is happening right now? Hold on. Give me 1 second because fucking I'm getting beat up in WoW. But I'm actually at a loss for words. Bro, this video is going to get privated. This is going to be the same situation where he's going to make a response video when people shit on it. You know what, to short his point, CC's playing CZN for 8 hours straight. Same grind, but one is a gacha and one isn't. Sucks because it doesn't have gacha, got it. That's what it is. That's what this whole video is. Yeah, I don't like the farming system for me personally, so I think you should just like get rid of it. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to be max power level the second I get a character. Like, why would I want to build the character so I can get attached to them and feel a sense of accomplishment? No, I'd personally, like, dude, just let me have max power as soon as possible. Thanks. Thanks so much. What the bro, what is happening? I'm so lost.
Sets, but you don't need to grind for this. I think the only way you can solve
How do you not grind for how do you get a gear then?
this point and can be, your skills can be passively leveled or unlocked as a flat version that doesn't change. No RNG gear system as well. You can switch between different skill sets, but you don't need to grind for this. I think the only way you can solve the stamina issue is to just remove what you are using it for. Obviously, for mobile games that incentivize daily logins, this absolutely cannot happen. So my suggestion will just forever be that.
Yo, no, your suggestion feels like someone did 72 lines of coke. Yeah, just remove the grind, remove any reason to play it, and then so you could log in for 5 minutes and then log off like you do with every other gacha game. What the fuck? Just play Plants vs. Zombies, bro. Like, just go fucking play Balloon Tower Defense. You know what I mean? Like a game that plays itself, right? Balloon Tower Defense, you actually need to level up some balloons. He might not like that. Never mind. Like what the what are you talking about?
I would also like to comment on the gacha list system as well. Despite not having a stamina system, you'll still be barred by the rate you can acquire them. This system is great if you have a lot of time to game and find the grind to be addicting.
You got a
I'm sure there will be a crowd
minutes.
for it. I overall think this system is fine, just not that much of an improvement over a traditional gacha system. If you don't want to spend hours of your time on this though, the only alternative will be to pay up. But hey, a valid argument is that you won't have to risk random chances to save up for months just to not get what you want.
He literally said he got a character in 30 minutes earlier. Like, he actively said he got a character in 30 minutes. He then actively said most of those missions take very little time to do. If you do a mission in co-op, it takes less than 2 minutes. So let's say you have to run 20 letters. So 2 minutes times 20, that's 40 minutes. So you get a whole ass character in less than an hour, and you don't spend $1. Or if you really want, for whatever reason, like I think I have 20 psyche fragments. If I want, I could just spend $10 and I can get the rest of the character. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And in Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact, Limbus Company, and I don't know about Limbus actually. I don't give a fuck about Limbus, to be very fair with you. Let's say, for example, you want Chisa in the new Wuthering Waves patch. You have 0 Asterite, and you're on a 50-50. No, let's make it you're on a guarantee, but you have 0 Asterite. What do you have to do? You have to play the game, right? Do you think that you're going to get Chisa in 40 minutes of playing the game? Do you think you're going to clear every single... Well, I mean, it might... Wuwa might be a bad fucking... a bad example, because that game got no fucking content in it. But you're not going to get every single Asterite that's available in the patch within 40 fucking minutes. You might not even get all the Asterite in the first half that Chisa's on. What are you fucking talking about, bro? Like, what are you smoking, dope?
Want.
What the
If
fuck?
you put in the effort, you will get the character. However, there are people that think otherwise. This is gonna sound insane, but gambling is really fun. There are people out there...
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This video's trash. I'm gonna just keep it a stack. Like, I mean this sincere. I have no issues with this guy. I don't know him personally. I probably don't want to know him personally. This video is fucking garbage. Like, just straight up. Like, just fucking straight up, man. Yeah, dude, I really fucking love it. Don't you? And granted, let's be fair for a moment. Let's be fair. Some people are complete degenerate gambling addicts. That's absolutely. Let's go gambling. That's 100% true, right? This game ain't for you, then, man. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you fucking want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't fucking get it. Like the Asia crowd, like, they're big into the fucking gambling side, right? Like, you know, Fob talks about that shit all the time. Okay, cool, right? So what, do you think adding a character to equal to $325, or I think Genshin Impact says it's $400, would that make the game better for you? I don't fucking understand. If you want to spend $400, but get a character I6. But even then, it's not going to get you that. You aren't playing Russian roulette. Are you really gambling? True. They're so depressed. It's a form of happiness for them. I don't know, man. It's just fucking weird. Again, once you break out the gacha FOMO and you look things from an outside perspective, it's like, holy fuck, this community's so stupid. And this is one of the really, really downsides.
That play gacha games precisely because of the thrill. Think about how good it felt to land that 5-star in a single pull, while the rest of the plebeians had to go to pity for the same thing. Now that certainly was
Destiny Rising is grindy as fuck. I feel like that's not the best B-roll for him to show, but I won't be saint and shit on his B-roll right now. I'll just keep it going.
was a highlight. I'm one to think that the no gacha option is still better than having one, though I feel as if though DNA's approach may not be what some mobile gamers are looking for. So here's what I propose to be the true solution to the no gacha problem. You still have daily missions and events that give out the gacha tokens at a controlled rate. However, when you go into the gacha screen, instead of seeing the 1 or 10 pull option, you just see a single button. 10,000 gems to get this character. No gambling here. If you click the button, you will get it. There's no ambiguity or 50-50.
What's the difference? Wait, am I on drugs?
For. So here's what I propose to be the true solution to the no gacha problem. You still have daily missions and events that give out the gacha tokens at a controlled rate. However, when you go into the gacha screen, instead of
so he wants gacha tokens,
seeing the 1 or 10 pull option, you just see a single button. 10,000 gems to get this character. No gambling here. If you click the button, you will get it. There's no ambiguity or 50-50 rate up chances. We retain the casual nature of gacha games while getting rid of the gambling aspect. If there's a gacha game willing to go this route, that'd be something I praise.
Yo, we have we have that system in the game. It's physically inside the game. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think he played the game. This might actually be the craziest fucking thing I have ever fucking seen. He wants secret letters with an extra button. He wants the wish screen. Secret letters is what the gacha currency would have been. You grind your secret letters, and then you buy. I guess he doesn't want the grind. I guess the only thing I could think of, trying to be the most charitable position ever, he wants to cut out the middle grind of it. Which we've already heard before. So he just wants you to get secret letter clues to then just get the character instead of getting the secret letter. However, with the secret letter, there is a gambit to it as well, because let's say you get a character in 7 runs, in 8 runs, instead of 25, or the 15 to 25 that are averaging, right? You're still getting a sense of gamba. So realistically, your solution makes no fucking sense, because there is still some sense of gamba for the fucking degenerates like myself who are gacha people, although I'm really not anymore. I don't really spend money on these games. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. I actually think that, I'm telling you right now, he's going to make another video saying everyone was wrong and he was right. This is the craziest fucking video I have ever seen, and I think Psyche is a very smart and informed content creator, and this is one of the least informed fucking videos I've seen on a video game in a while. This is bad. He talks about you log in every day for a few minutes as an essence of a gacha game, basically insists the game should be casual as it can, and to be real with you, it is casual, it still is. The vid is dog shit, but to be devil's advocate, I believe he's just making a gacha review for DNA, and that's why everything sounds stupid. Yes, DNA fails as a gacha mobile game, and you can play 5 minutes a day. Who would have guessed it's not the gacha? Well, Duet Night Abyss, no gacha, same problems. None of these problems that he's mentioned are problems you have in gacha games. So I kind of don't know what he's talking about here. The title is like a little misleading to me. What thing has he mentioned here has the same problems as a gacha game, right? If anything, you have quite the exact different problem. Let's say you might not have enough time to play for a week or a month. You don't have that in gacha games. Gacha games, he said, you log in, log out for 5 fucking minutes. So what? According to this title, I understand clickbait exists. I get that, absolutely, but I don't fucking know what problems. Like, what fucking problems? This game might not be for a lot of gacha players. That's absolutely true. That's 1,000,000 fucking % true. It might not be a lot of gacha people. I get that. I don't even fault them for that. But the suggestions and the criticisms of the game has too much content. I don't like the grind. The way I'd make the game better is if you could remove playing it is fucking crazy. Just don't fucking play the game. And say you don't like the game because of the fact that you don't like the grind. That's fair. Because that's subjective. Right? Hey, it's not for me. I don't enjoy it. Okay, great. Love that. And then you list your reasons why you don't enjoy it. And you know what? That's an okay video. I don't know what this is though. Like, I don't know what this is.
All day. Overall, I think DNA systems are fine. I think it does things differently enough that people will be giving it a fair shot. It's just not what I believe to be objective improvements over what gacha games have had in the past.
I mean,
of course, that's
very subjective, obviously, but I think it is absolutely an objective improvement over most gacha games. I do. Like 1,000,000 fucking %. I would rather this monetization style over any other gacha game monetization style. I really, like, imagine playing Stella Sora instead of this. Like, again, I love Wuwa. Wuwa's a great video game. I would rather this style than the gacha style. Absolutely.
Doesn't exactly mean gacha is taken out of the game for good. DNA is using a cosmetics-focused monetization approach. While there are many deals in the game accessories and full outfits, the upper echelon of the cosmetics goes to these gacha skins. I suspected something like this would happen, since the game still has to make some money somehow. This means they're going to be a bit more stingy with the skins.
Yeah.
As you can see, the rates are really not in your favor here. A 0.3% chance to land a premium cosmetic, and it's split into different rewards. Now, when a gacha gets transferred to a skin gacha, then the value of it becomes a lot more subjective. After all, how much would you be willing to pay for this? Some people absolutely don't care about skins. Some people play games because of them. Since the characters are farmable, this gives room for the developers to be as stingy as they want with the skins, and you really can't argue against it. If they wanted to make some $60 skins...
I think the worst part about the banner is that the pity doesn't carry over. I think that's scummy as fuck. And I wish the pity would at least carry over, or they pull an Arknights and there's a soft pity that'd carry over. So let's say you're at 79 pulls out of 80, and you said, you know what, the 79 won't carry over, but you know what, we'll get you to 50. I think that would be a really good middle ground. That is decent feedback, right?
Some $200 skins, you know what I'm saying? Then they're kind of free to do so. You can bet that you won't be getting a lot of free pulls here. I would also like to point out that DNA is definitely not the first to have a skin gacha. There are numerous examples of older gachas that have had this approach. It just happens to be the first that's also a high-budget release. Me, personally, I don't have a problem with this, but that's mainly because I don't really care about cosmetics most of the time. There will be people that really want these skins, so the skin gacha really isn't something I can make a good objective judgment on. People often argue about what is considered as pay to win. How since it's just cosmetics, there's absolutely no paying involved. However, if your win condition is to have the coolest looking skins, well, in that case, DNA will be pay to win. For you, specifically.
Okay.
So we've talked about
See, you know what he did right there? That's what he should have done at the beginning of the video. He made a perfect distinction that some people play the game for fashion, and that for some people, the gacha portion of the game will be very important since they care about fashion. But earlier in the video, what he did was say that the game is going to give you mental and physical agony, and didn't make the distinction that that's what it did for him, and that's the problem. And this is what you need to be more specific. When you generalize on shit like that on the core mechanics of the game, and then 15 minutes into the fucking video, you then finally talk about a nuanced perspective of it, it comes off as you're extremely misinformed and ill-willed. So if people shit on this video, I don't fucking blame them. I'm shitting on the video. And I like this guy. He makes good fucking videos. But what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's just fucking stupid. Also, you would think, I gotta hydrate. I think Sank said it that there should have been a way for more skins for sale, which is valid. I agree as well.
Everything unique DNA has to offer, and I think the gacha list character system, lack of stamina, and the cosmetic space monetization are all mostly okay. I'm sure they will appeal to a certain fanbase that will support the game because of it. However, I believe Duet Night Abyss suffers from one major issue, something that's way harder to fix, and something more ingrained in its systems.
Okay.
The gameplay is just kinda boring. I mean, I understand that there's all sorts of tricks and maneuvers.
Bro, I'm going to give you a hot take. The gameplay is fine. I'm going to give you a hot take. The gameplay is fine. It's a Dynasty Warriors-esque thing. You fight tons of mob. The mob density is fucking insane. The demon wedges allow you to expand apart on the physical weapons. The biggest part of the gameplay is the fact that the physical attacks and the actual guns don't feel as important to the gameplay or do as much damage. That, again, is a really good critique you can make. And I understand that critique, and I would even agree with it. But to be real with you, I think the gameplay's fine. Ball and pit gameplay's boring, but it's fun as fuck to engage with. Mega Bonk, you just run around. You know what I mean? Like, again, if you personally don't like the gameplay, subjective, 100% fair, don't care. Not an issue. But I'm seeing this narrative that is completely fucking boring. We can strip down tons of other games to just be the most basic shit and say it's boring. I'm playing Classic. I'm playing World of Warcraft. I got 4 fucking buttons on my character. People are going to say it's repetitive and it's boring. Sure, if you want to go down that way, fine. People need to remember the game is literally new as well, bound to improve over time, absolutely. But no, it's okay. If someone doesn't like the game at first, I don't fucking care. If you don't like the gameplay, again, subjective fucking opinion. But this is, again, a situation where people are trying to run with this narrative that it's the worst fucking game of all time, and it's really not even that bad. It's really not that fucking boring either. Dispatch gameplay is boring, but the story is awesome. Telltale, you don't do anything in that game. Like, you can go on and on and on. Nikke, get the fuck out of here. You think people really like the gameplay of Nikke? It's Duck Hunt with fucking asses and titties in your face. The gameplay of Nikke's fucking dog shit. The gameplay of Lads is trash. You autoplay that shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. All these motherfuckers that say that the guy, Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves. Fuck you. You play all these other dog shit video games with dog shit fucking gameplay, but all of a sudden, you're worried about boring gameplay because it doesn't fit the fact you like the game. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I don't care. But let's not fucking pretend that it's Satan's spawn. It's so disingenuous. It's just fucking weird, man. It's just weird ass shit. Like, fuck off, bro. It's so annoying. Come on, man.
First you can do, except for the week I played this game, I just spammed left click and felt I was never challenged.
Bro, you're spamming left click is the problem, brother. You gotta first ult first and then spam E and then spam left click. That's the issue, brother. That's the issue. Oh, fuck.
I feel like there's no synergy between a character's kit and how you can express them. The different moves you can do just feel like different variations of the same attack. Because of how you can only on-field one character at a time, you can't do any elemental interactions or rotations with other characters in the party. I've also read in the reports on the movement not feeling as smooth, but I'm assuming this is fixable. What's something that you cannot change is the very nature of the gameplay. I thought maybe they would have done something different apart from the early beta launch, but now that the game is out, it almost makes me think that they've dedicated most of the resources to revamping the progression system and left the gameplay design as is. I mean,
here's what you could say. You could say that the boss gameplay is dog shit, because I think the boss gameplay is really bad. I think the boss gameplay needs to be completely revamped. Too many invulnerability phases, too many times they're relying on the kill 50 mob shit, and I feel like you only get true DPS phases, 2 DPS phases in 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes. The elemental shit, I mean, there is an elemental reaction system in the game, there is. I just don't... Again, these talking points just feel very uninformed and very subjective, and that's fine to not like it. But if we're going to pretend like all these other games that play, it's just so stupid. Bro, I'm over this video. I'm not going to lie to you. Again, I like the guy. I feel bad. We've been ragging on him for 51 minutes, but this shit's ass, bro.
In my eyes, the gameplay is the beating heart of the game. I can put up with a stingier system if the gameplay is good, but if it's not fun, then even the most generous gacha system can't save you. Now, I normally don't comment on the nature of gameplay since it makes no sense for me to argue that a 3D brawler is better than tower defense.
Yeah.
In this case, though, in the context of an action brawler, I feel like DNA just doesn't have much for me to chew on. Now, maybe there's something I'm not getting, but during my time playing, I just wiped the floor on every stage just by spamming normal attacks on my ult ability. So I didn't see a reason to learn enemy attacks or adapt a different strategy. In other action brawlers, you have different team members meant to play their roles, and it's satisfying to pull off a tight rotation.
There's a reason that game is dead. Yo, level 80 bosses have engage mechanics last 20 seconds, but you're too strong to engage with them at the moment. Do not do enough damage as potential. Sure. This game is not supposed to be played like a Wuthering Waves, like a Genshin Impact. It's not going to have as much polish. You're fighting 100 to 200 ads at the same exact time. You're not going to know the same exact patterns of every single fucking enemy. You might know the patterns of some elites. Like, you might learn the patterns of a couple of elite enemies, right? But like, it's just different. It's just so different. That's the point of the game, dude. Once Dark Souls mechanics have 100 mobs on the screen, the game is just not for you, bro. It's just not for you. I just don't fucking get it, man. I don't.
Or see how your team comes together. Here, though, everyone is just kind of expected to do damage, and it's not exactly creative how they do it. There's no opportunity for me to know that I'm doing something wrong. As long as you can maintain your character and weapon levels and get some decent demon wedges, you won't be in any danger most of the time. My guess is that eventually some of the endgame content will be harder and more centered around co-op teams with distinct roles during the fight, so you have more interactable elements with other players and how you all come together to contribute. I know some of the demon wedges change your playstyle quite drastically, with some even adjusting your movesets, though I never got too deep enough into the game to know if it truly
I never got too deep enough to the game. Let's get rid of everything. Oh my fucking god, brother. Oh man, I could have told you that. Oof, man. If you didn't get to the part where demon wedges change your gameplay, which is probably about 5 hours in, 6 hours in, I'm gonna be real. I don't think you should be making a review of the game and talking this type of way about it. Let's just be honest with you. So his reasons are invalid? Yeah, I mean, pretty much. You were able to come to this conclusion based off of the way he was speaking about the game. But I mean, the fact that he just kind of confirmed it just shows. It's like, I don't understand what the point of this video was. It's a video that's just, whatever, bro. I'm not even refuting the rest of it. I'm going to try my hardest to just listen now.
It matters that much. My own prediction is that the game will do well enough to garner and maintain a player base. I don't think it's going to reach the upper echelon of gacha gaming revenues.
For sure.
And I predict that not a lot of games will follow suit what DNA is doing. I'm sorry to say it, I highly respect Pan Studios' decision to remove the character gacha, but let's not kid ourselves. Skins are just not as profitable as trying to capture whales with dupes and signature weapons. The current models of traditional stamina and gacha systems work so well that I really think there's just no point of taking the risk of going the gacha skin route for a lot of developers.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's a statement to unpack. So a lot of gacha people are complaining about the fact, like you look at the Stereosora. I mean, look at Neverness to Everness. Neverness to Everness strictly got rid of the 50-50 system due to the fact people were over it, right? And so I guess kind of saying, hey, I think that what you're pretty much saying is, hey, I don't think we really need to try to change up the monetization style, the gameplay style, because the formula is working. But realistically, a lot of games are not being the most free-to-play friendly about it. Look at fucking it's considered one of the best gacha games out right now, Chaos Zero Nightmare. That video game is getting tons of flack. The reason why the game is getting tons of flack is due to the fact that they're having this problem. I had to take a phone call, a little break from this. So we got about 2 minutes left in this video. Let's see how much more I'll get ready.
No, I don't think Duet Night Abyss will kill gacha games or reform them to a great extent.
Oh, fuck. I think I was talking about... Okay, yeah. A lot of people are complaining about these systems, and when you say this, you're kind of just saying, no, I think we should keep everything. Neverness to Everness got rid of their 50-50 system, and not to completely change their gameplay model. They went from trying to compete with gacha games to kind of going in the Grand Theft Auto route. This is now going the Warframe route, etc. They're understanding that consumers are getting frustrated with these Hoyoverse slop type systems. And so I feel like kind of just, and you're able to have your preference. And if you want to play 1 million of these games, that's fine. I don't really give a fuck. But to kind of go down the route of saying, well, you know, I mean, realistically speaking, it'll never work. And we should just kind of stick together with the 50-50s or the gacha elements to it and the stamina systems. It's like, well, maybe you can give the players the option to play the game as much as they want and grind things out and not have to milk them for $1 million, right? And so that is an option that could come to fruition and could eventually occur if the community would support this game, as well as, you know, maybe not make really shitty videos talking about things we don't know either, respectfully. You know, very, very interesting. Very interesting.
The impact of the decision to remove stamina and character gacha will be fairly minimal in the grand scheme of things. The monotonous gameplay is something that's a bit more subjective, though I feel this is a much harder problem to tackle than performance or game economy issues. This is my main concern when playing the game, and for me, it leaves a lot to be desired. If you ask me how Duet Night Abyss will perform in the long run, I think it will do just fine. Maybe not to the extent of the other giants in the industry, but for a new studio, I would say it's pretty solid overall. I think the music, the story, and the general quality should be praised for a studio's first real attempt at a large title. I think the innovations to go the gacha-less route and removing the stamina system are fine. They're not what I consider to be the ideal solutions to the problem they're meant to be addressing, but it's different enough that people will find interest in it. It just depends how this will all pan out in the long term. The monetization is mainly cosmetic-based, and they're going to get a little stingy on that. My biggest gripe right now is the lack of interactivity in the gameplay, and this will be a much bigger issue to handle than the other items.
Yeah, we just got to remove the gameplay and then the game will be good. Yep.
It's on the list. And even though it might not be for me, I can see how the game can have an addictive grind for the right players. And this is a game I overall would have no problems recommending to others to try. This is gonna be one of those games I'll check back in a year to see how well it's doing. When I first heard the news that DNA was removing the gacha, I thought this might have actually been a turning point in the genre, and when other studios see the success it's getting from this decision, they'd follow suit. Now though, I look at the game and think, yeah, I guess that's also another way to monetize the game. Sure, why not? Games will always ask for a lot of your time or money, and I can see that DNA just happened to choose the former. Thank you for tuning into this first impressions review of Duet Night Abyss. Let me know what you think of the game down below. If you want to catch more gacha reviews and analysis like this, you know what to do. If you also want to catch more opinionated, informal, and casual discussions on gacha games as well, feel free to follow me on my second channel. Once again, appreciate you for watching, be sure to spend moderately, and have fun out there.
Listen, I'll plug his shit. Everyone go fucking follow him if you want to. Look, I mean, I give him respect for putting that out. I'm kind of curious what the like ratio is on this. Hold on. Let's pull up this and see what the deal is. I don't know if the reception is that great. 637 downvotes. Thank you for Red Magic. This motherfucker really said, you know what you make the grind game better? Remove the grind. Yeah. Yeah, the video sucked. I'm out.